Myself G. Mahesh Kumar, Assistant Professor of Chemistry. Today's my topic is definition, scope and importance of environment. Today we are going to discuss about the definition of environment, what is the scope of the environment and what are the importance of this environment. Coming to the topics covered that in this environmental science is one is environment and functions of environment, what definition of environment, what are the functions of environment, scope of environmental science, and what are the importance of environmental science. These are the topics today we are going to cover in this. One is environment, next one is functions of environment, scope of environmental science, and importance of environment. Now coming to what actually from where this environment has been derived. From where this environment has been derived, the word environment is derived from French word, environ, which means surrounding or enveloping. Okay, the word environment is derived from the French word that is environ. The meaning of environ is surrounding or enveloping. Surrounding or enveloping is the meaning of environ. Okay, it has been derived from the French word. Now, there are different scientists given the different definitions of environment. Coming to the first scientist, that is C.C. Park, is given that environment refers to some of all the conditions which surround man at a given point in space and time. Okay, what this C.C. Park has given. The C.C. Park given the sum of all the conditions which surround man at a given point of time in the space. Okay, according to C.C. Park, all the conditions which surrounds man at a given point in space and time. And the next scientist, Holland and Douglas, has termed the term definition of environment as given that environment is used to describe in aggregate. Okay, it is in aggregate all external forces, influences, conditions which affect the life. Okay, according to the Douglas and Holland, the term environment is used to describe the aggregation of all the external forces, influences, and conditions which affect the life, nature, behavior, growth, development, and maturity of living organisms. According to him, is giving the definition of environment as it is the aggregate of all the external forces which influences and conditions which affect the life, nature, behavior, growth, development, and maturity of living organisms is a definition of the term environment. Is a definition of the term environment is given by the Douglas and Holland. Okay, the different scientists has given the different definitions of environment. Now coming to what the importance of this environment. Okay, here the importance of environment, it has a vital role it plays in the atmosphere. Environment is a multidisciplinary science. Okay, means which combines it, which includes the physics. Okay, in the environment, which covers the physics, chemistry, biology, medical, health science, life sciences, agriculture sciences, forestry, public health, engineering, and so on. There are many other sectors in which everywhere we are going to use this environmental science. That is the reason we call it as a multidisciplinary science. This environment is one of the multidisciplinary science which includes all. Okay, like it covers the chemistry, biology, medical sciences, health sciences, life sciences, agriculture sciences, forestry, public health, engineering, and so on. All these are comes under environment. So that is the reason we call it as a multidisciplinary science. Okay, it is one of the multidisciplinary science. Environment is one of the multidisciplinary science. Now, what actually the main objective of environmental science is to protect the environment. The main aim of this environmental science is to how we are going to protect the environment. Okay, in order to avoid cutting of trees, or what we have to do, the what we have to follow. That is the main aim of environmental science. Okay, now what are the factors which includes in this environmental science? Like there are physical factors, geographical factors, chemical, biological, and ecological factors which affect the human life and its existence in this planet are called environment. Okay, all the factors include in the covers the environmental science. Like it covers physical, geographical, chemical, biological, ecological, which affects the human life and its existence on this planet is called environment. Okay, what actually environment is? It covers all the factors like physical factors, geographical factors, chemical factors, biological factors, ecological factors, which affects the both human life and existence on this planet, like animals, is called as environment. Okay, now what actually we call it as environment is nothing but the totality of surroundings. Okay, whatever the things that are present around us, like totality of surrounding conditions for comfortable living organisms. For comfortable living organisms is called environmental science. Okay, totality of surrounding conditions for comfortable living organisms. Now coming to the what actually this environment is the area in which we live. Okay, wherever the place, the particular place where we are going to live, that we call it as the environment. Okay, the surroundings which are present around us is called as environment. Okay, the environment includes here it includes earth, lakes, forest, farms, vegetation, and other biological factors such as animals, plants, bacteria, microorganisms. All these are included in the environment. All these are covers the environment. Environment includes like biotic and abiotic components. Abiotic components. Biotic is nothing but living components. Living components are nothing but biotic component. Non-living component. Non-living component is the abiotic component. Non-living component is the abiotic component. Here in the next we will discuss what is abiotic and what is abiotic component. Okay, the environment includes what? Earth, lakes, forest, farms, vegetation, and other biological life such as animals, plants, bacteria, and microorganisms. Okay, here it includes both biotic and abiotic components are comes under this environment. Okay, biotic is nothing but living component. Abiotic is the non-living component of the earth. Okay, what actually the scope of this environmental studies? The scope of this environmental is very wide. Okay, everywhere we are going to use very wide and it deals with many areas like conservation of natural resources. Next one is ecological aspects, pollution of surrounding natural resources, controlling the pollution, social issues connected to it, and impact of human population on the earth. Okay, here the scope of the environmental studies include the very wide, like here how we are going to conserve the natural resources. The resource which we are going to get from the nature is called as natural resource. Ecological aspects, and how we are going to control the pollution of surrounding natural resources, and how we are going to control the pollution. and what are the social issues connected to these natural resources, and what are the impacts of women population on the environment. All these are comes under the scope of environmental studies in our day-to-day life. Okay, here it is a multidisciplinary with whose basic aspects have a direct relevance to every sector of the society. Every sector, the main aspects of this environmental science is the conservation of nature and natural resources. Conservation of how we are going to conserve the nature and also the natural resources. Next, conservation of biological diversity. Okay, unity in diversity, like biological diversity. There are many sectors, many aspects where we are going to devise these biological activities. Control of environmental pollution. How we are going to control this pollution that affecting on the environment. And social issues in the relationship to the development and environment. Okay, social issues in relation to the development and environment also comes under this environmental science, that is multidisciplinary with basic aspects which have the direct relevance to the every section of the society. One is conservation of nature and natural resources, conservation of biological diversity, control of environmental pollution, and social issues in the relation to the development and environment. Development and environment. All these are comes under the environmental science. Now, what are the functions of the environment? What are the functions of environment? One is assimilation of waste. Second one is enhances the quality of life. Assimilation of waste and enhances the quality of life. Okay, what comes under the assimilation of waste? Okay, functions of environment. There are two things. One is assimilation of waste. Second one is enhances the quality of life. Now, what is assimilation of waste? Assimilation of waste is the production and consumption of activities that generate the waste. Okay, we are going to produce and consume the activities which are comes under generation of waste, which we are going to generate the waste. This occurs mostly in the form of garbage. Okay, it is the assimilation of waste is mostly occurs in the form of garbage, useless things. Okay, now it also the environment helps in getting rid of garbage. Okay, it also helps in the we are going to reduce the production of garbage, which can be avoid the environmental pollution. Now, next one is enhances the quality of life. How we are going to make the life to be improved. Okay, here environment enhances the quality of life. Human beings enjoy the beauty of nature that includes rivers, mountains, deserts, etc. Environment enhances the quality of life. It includes the human beings. Okay, enjoy the beauty of nature that includes rivers, mountains, deserts, etc. Okay, these can add the quality of life. We can increase the lifespan of human beings by avoiding this environmental pollution like garbage, and we also beauty of nature that includes the rivers, mountains, deserts, etc., which will add the increase in the quality of human beings. Quality of life can be increased by these things like human beings enjoy the beauty of nature that includes rivers, mountains, deserts, etc. Okay, these add to the quality of life. Next, provides the supply of resources. Provides the supply. What comes under this supply of resources? Okay, here the supply of resources is the environmental offers the resources for production. It offers the resources for production, and it also includes both the renewable and non-renewable resources. Renewable is nothing but the resources which can be available again, which can be regenerated renewable. Now coming to the definition of a renewable resource. What is a renewable resource? Okay, these are the resources. These are the resources which can be generated again and again, is called renewable resources. And the opposite of this renewable is the non-renewable resources. Okay, the resources which cannot be regenerated again and again, is called non-renewable resources. Okay, this is about what is renewable and what is non-renewable resources. What is renewable and what is non-renewable resources. Okay, here it provides the supply of resources, like environmental offers the resources for production, and it includes both renewable and non-renewable resources. Examples for these are wood for furniture, soil, land, etc. This comes under the renewable and non-renewable resources. Now, how the sustainability of life takes place? Okay, the environment includes the sun. Okay, it includes sun, soil, water, air, which are essential for the human life. Sustainability of the life includes the sun, soil, water, air, which are essential for the human life. It sustains life by providing genetic and biodiversity. Okay, it sustains a life by providing genetic and biodiversity. Okay, here this is about the provide of supply to the resources and sustainability of the life. Now, what actually this environment includes? In this, there are two components that comes under the two categories. One is biotic component, abiotic component. What actually the biotic component? Biotic is nothing but the living component of the life. Okay, living component, and abiotic is a non-living component. Non-living component. Okay. Now this environment includes both two. It has been categorized into two components. One is a biotic component, and the next one is abiotic component. Biotic component, it includes the plants. Okay, plants, animals, microbes. All this comes under the biotic component of the environment, and the abiotic component of the environment is the air, water, soil, materials. Okay, this comes under the abiotic component. Biotic component and abiotic component. Biotic component. What actually this biotic component includes? Okay, here the environment has been categorized into two components. One is the biotic component, and the next one is the abiotic component. What actually this biotic component is nothing but the biotic component includes the living component. Okay, it comes under examples for the biotic component is plants, animals, microbes, and the examples for the abiotic component is air, water, soil, materials comes under the abiotic component. Now what actually this biotic environment includes, and what is a abiotic component? Biotic component includes all living organisms and biological life such as animals, birds, forest, reptiles, insects, bacteria, microorganisms like algae, fungi, etc. all comes under the biotic component of the environment. Now, abiotic environment is nothing but it includes all non-living components. Non-living components such as land, mountains, rivers, air, water, temperature, humidity, water vapor, sand, dust, clouds, air, water, soil, material, all these are comes under abiotic environment. There are the environment has been categorized into the two components. One is a biotic component, second one is the abiotic component. What is the biotic component? Biotic component is nothing but the living component of the earth is nothing but the biotic component, and non-living component of the earth is nothing but the abiotic component. Okay, it includes living organisms, biological life such as animals, birds, forest, reptiles, insects, bacteria, microorganisms like algae, fungi, etc. All these are comes under biotic component of the environment, and the abiotic component includes the non-living components such as land, mountains, rivers, air, water, temperature, humidity, water vapor, sand, dust, clouds. All these are comes under the abiotic component of the environment. Okay, here the environment has divided into the two categories. One is biotic component and the abiotic component. Now, what actually this scope under which we are going to discuss here? The environmental science is a multidisciplinary science which basic aspects have the direct relevance to the every section of the society. Okay, everywhere we are going to study this environmental science. That is the reason we call it as a multidisciplinary science, which includes the both direct relevance and to the every section of the society. Here already the main aspects like conservation of nature and the natural resources, conservation of biological diversity. It also includes the awareness among the people. Okay, the main study of this environment is to create the awareness among the people about the nature and the natural activities, provides the knowledge about ecological systems, causes and effects of relationship, and it also provides the necessary information about the biodiversity richness. Okay, the main scope of this environmental science is that it provides the necessary information about the biodiversity richness. Okay, the potential dangers to the species of plants, animals, microorganisms in the environment. Okay, all this includes the that is the reason we call it as environmental science is one of the multidisciplinary science. Okay, like it includes physics, chemistry, biology, maths. Okay, and health sciences everywhere. Okay, so on many multidiscipline means everywhere, every sector we are going to study about the environmental science. Environmental science. Here, the other scopes like the potential dangers to the species like plants, animals, microorganisms in the environment. The potential dangers to the species of plants, animals, microorganisms in the environment. And it also used to study, understand the causes and consequences due to the natural and main individual disasters. Natural and main individual disasters, pollution and the measures to minimize the effect. Pollution and measures to minimize the effect. It enables one to evaluate the alternative responses to the environmental issues. Okay, it enables one to evaluate the alternative responses. All these are comes under the scope of environmental sciences. The potential dangers to the species of plants, animals, microorganisms in the environment, to understand the causes and consequences due to the natural and the main individual disasters, pollution and measures to minimize the effects, enable one to evaluate the alternative responses to the environmental issues. Okay, so the study includes enables the environmental literate citizens. The study enables the environmentally literate citizens. It exposes the problems of overpopulation. Okay, due to this environment, by the study of this environmental science, we can avoid the problems of overpopulation, health, hygiene, and the role of arts, sciences, science and technology in eliminating and minimizing the evils from the society, and to identify and develop the appropriate and indigenous eco-friendly skills and technologies to the various environmental issues. To identify and develop the appropriate and indigenous eco-friendly skills and technologies to various environmental issues. It teaches the citizens to need for the sustainable utilization of resources. The main aim of this environmental science is it main teaches the citizens the need for the sustainable utilization of resources. It also enables the theoretical knowledge into the practice and the multiple uses of the environment. It also brings that enables the theoretical knowledge into the practice and the multiple uses of the environment. Now, the importance of this environmental science studies includes the as the world population, that year by year, the day by day, the population is increasing at an alarming, is like the growing rate day by day, especially in the developing countries like India. The world population is going get on increasing day by day, increasing at the main alarming rate, especially in developing countries. So we have the limited natural resources in this earth, limited natural resources present in the earth. The methods and the techniques of exploiting the natural resources are advanced, and over exploitation of resources, no resources for the future generation. So we can avoid the world population has to be reduced as it is increasing day by day at an alarming rate. Methods and techniques to be used to exploit the natural resources have to be increased in advanced. Over exploitation of the natural resources means that there is no resources for the future generation. Unplanned exploitation, which leads to the pollution. Okay, unplanned pollution and a degraded environment leads to the health of all living things on the earth. Combined responsibility and appropriate actions for the deteriorating the environment. Combined responsibility and appropriate actions for the deteriorating environment. Education and training to be given needed to save the biodiversity species, which we are going to be extinction. Okay, these are the importance of some of the environmental studies. Okay, world population we are going to be reduced because it has been increasing in a alarming without knowingly unknowingly it is increasing very rapidly. So we can reduce the population. Like developed countries like India, the national resources is limited present in the earth. There are some methods to be used to exploit the natural resources, which are in advanced. Over exploitation of resources, there are no resources for the future generation, so that we can be reduce resources utilization. So unplanned exploitation, which leads to the pollution. Okay, pollution and degraded environment leads to the health of all living things present on the earth. Combined responsibility and appropriate actions for the deteriorating the environment, and education and trainings to be given to all the needy people to save the biodiversity species present in the environment. Save the biodiversity species that are which we are going to be extinction. Okay, these are the some of the importance of environmental science. Importance of environmental science. Okay, this is about the scope in environmental sciences. It mainly studies enables the environmental literate citizens. It exposes the problems of overpopulation, health, hygiene, and the role of arts, science, technology in eliminating and minimizing the evils from the society. To identify the and develop the appropriate and indigenous eco-friendly skills and technologies to various environmental issues, teaches the citizens the need of sustainable utilization of resources, enables the theoretical knowledge in practice and multiple uses of the environment. All this comes under the scope of environmental sciences. Scope of environmental sciences. Thank you.
Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.